We've seen a shift in the last 12 years into how people are working. Take a look at this. Most of us still work for somebody else. Most of us have salaried jobs. But since 2005, we've only seen about a 9% increase in salaried jobs in the United States. We've seen a 41% increase in sole proprietors. As a matter of fact, we've added almost as many sole proprietors since 2005 as we've added salaried jobs in the United States. And home-based workers are up 66%. Home-based workers are either sole proprietors or they're working for somebody else, but they get to work wherever they want. And if it's your community where they share those values and those characteristics, it's going to be in your community they're going to want to be in if you've got the right resources. Another story for another day. What do sole proprietors and home-based workers need? They need a house, first and foremost. And it's a huge opportunity for small towns to be able to attract people like that without having to worry about building a business park first. Sole proprietors, some of them have a habit to go on to create businesses. About 5 years ago, the Alliance and about 5 other economic development agencies on the Western Slope, we just did sort of a mental check-in. We said, how many people do we know that have moved to the Western Slope of Colorado as sole proprietors, or maybe they had one employee, that went on to create businesses that hired other people? And just from what we knew from word of mouth around our communities, we were able to identify 85 sole proprietors that now employ over 2,000 people in Western Colorado. So, sole proprietors do go on to create businesses, and they'll create businesses in your town. And the good news is, although there's a lot of focus on large businesses, when you start talking about those salaried jobs and where they're being created, almost half of them are being created in companies of 10 to 99 employees. Another 13% are being created in companies with fewer than 10 employees. That's almost 2/3 of all the new salaried jobs in the United States are being created in companies that can fit very comfortably in almost any small town in the United States. Imagine a new 10-person firm in Silverton and what that would do for that community, or a new 50-person firm in Durango or Cortez or Farmington. This is attainable for us. It's not something that's out of reach. So, what these small businesses need more than anything else, this is where we face a big challenge in small towns and small cities. For a lot of reasons, they tend not to stay in small towns or small cities. They get pulled out or they move. One of the challenges that a lot of small businesses face is space to grow. That's one that I spend a lot of my time on, and I want to talk about some places that are addressing that. Many people here have pointed out in Grand Junction, for example, they've built a new business park, Las Colonias Business Park, to attract outdoor companies. The anchor tenant is Bonsai Design. It was a company founded in Grand Junction, grew. They were looking to leave Grand Junction and possibly leave Colorado until they were able to become the anchor tenant here in this brand new outdoor industry business park. And there's already another company that's located there called Rocky Mounts. And a couple of people said, well, why can't someone do that here in Durango? And the answer is really simple. Someone didn't do that in Grand Junction. They did it collectively. They did it together. Grand Junction committed 15 acres of open space to make this business park. They paid $6 million toward the infrastructure to go into this business park. I mentioned there was an anchor tenant that went in there as well. There were state grants that went in. There are incentives for businesses to locate in there. There's a lot of different things that went to put this business park together and work collectively. Similar story with Colorado Outdoors in Montrose, Colorado. This is a much bigger development. It's going to have a little bit of residential in, retail, commercial, office, industrial, 2 miles of restoration of the Uncompahgre River. An anchor tenant, again, a company that was started in Montrose that was looking to leave the state, has become the anchor tenant with a new 40,000 square foot building in that location. Someone didn't do this. It was a collective effort.